Today on Boston Girl Bakes, I'm going to show you how to make blueberry lemon scones.
Hey bakers, welcome to my channel. My name is Heather and I'm the recipe creator and cookbook author at bostongirlbakes.com, where I love teaching others just how easy baking from scratch can be. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make super easy blueberry lemon scones. I love this scone recipe. It's going to have fresh blueberries and lemon zest stirred in, and then we're going to also drizzle on a fresh lemon glaze at the end. So let's get started. Let's make these blueberry scones.
Start by whisking together 2 cups of all-purpose flour with 1/3 cup of granulated sugar, 2½ teaspoons of baking powder, and 3/4 teaspoon of salt. Just go ahead and give that a good whisk and then set it aside. Next, you will cut in 1 stick or 8 tablespoons of cold unsalted butter that I've just gone and cut into cubes. I like to give it a toss in the flour first to coat it, and then I use my pastry blender to cut the butter into the flour until it resembles cornmeal. You still want some of the butter pieces to be visible.
One of the best baking tips I can give you for making perfect scones every time, you always want to make sure that your ingredients are cold. You want to make sure that your butter stays cold and firm until it hits the oven. We want to make sure that that butter doesn't melt and absorb into the dough. And instead, when it does, it's finally in the oven. And that butter is going to be pushing apart those layers of flour. And we're going to get a really great, tender, light, flaky scone.
And if you don't have a pastry blender like this, you can just simply use your fingers and just simply squish the butter between your fingertips and cut the butter in with just simply using your own hands. And you can see here after it's done, you can still see some of the butter pieces visible in the flour. Once you have cut the butter into the flour, go ahead and just toss in 1 cup of fresh blueberries and 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon zest, and just give that a stir until the fruit is coated in the flour mixture. Next, you'll stir together 1/2 cup of heavy cream with 1 large egg and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Just simply give that a whisk together. And then make a well in the middle of your dry ingredients by simply pushing the flour to the sides of the bowl, and then go ahead and pour in your whisked heavy cream mixture. And then just using a spatula, go ahead and stir that all together until it's evenly combined into a slightly sticky, shaggy looking dough. If you find that your is a little bit dry, you can always stir in an extra tablespoon of heavy cream. On a lightly floured counter, go ahead and just press your scone dough together. I simply press and fold the dough together a few times. You want to make sure, though, to not overwork your dough, which will create a tough scone in the end. Then simply press the dough down into an 8-inch circle. Then cut the circle into 8 equal wedges with a sharp knife, basically like you were cutting a pizza. So I'm placing these on a small baking sheet so that I can pop them in the fridge for 15 minutes, which is going to help the scones from spreading in the oven when baking. When they're ready to bake, I go ahead and spread them out onto a larger baking sheet and spread a little extra heavy cream on the top, which will help give them a golden brown color when baking. Then I bake at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. While the scones bake, go ahead and make the lemon glaze. Combine 1/2 cup of confectioner sugar with 2 tablespoons fresh lemon juice and 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And simply whisk that until it's smooth. And when the scones are done baking, just go ahead and drizzle on some of that lemon icing all over the tops.
So there you go. That is how to make these super easy blueberry lemon scones. If you like this recipe, let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed the recipe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.